अस्माकं सुस्वागतम्। योगः चित्तवृत्ति निरोधः. As Patanjali defined, the goal of all practices of yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, the Bahiranga yoga, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, the Antaranga yoga. The goal is to gain mastery over the mind. As we have seen, there are two dimensions to this mastery. One is to sharpen the mind, speed up the mind, full of energy, vitality, dynamism, faster, faster, faster mind, piercing through the nature and unraveling the mysteries. Another dimension is to calm down the mind, silence the mind, tranquil the mind. So both these dimensions are incorporated in all the practices. This is the secret that you have to unravel. How in an asana there is the sharpening of the mind, how there is the calming aspect of the mind. We saw that in the beginning you put all attention to come to the position. That is the dimension by which you sharpen, you speed up. Then you go to the phase wherein you have the Ananta Samapatti, tuning your mind to infinite expanse. This is how we do that. Similarly, in pranayama, we have seen that the dimensions of pranayama is to slow down. Slow it down by which you calm down the mind. As a preparation, we have the kriyas which help to shatter the tamas and stimulate cleansing. Sectional breathing to normalize. Pranayama is to slow down. मन को उत्तेजित करना, सूक्ष्म करना, एकाग्रता को बढ़ाना और उसके गति को बढ़ाना, ये शक्ति भी होना चाहिए हमारे अंदर. और इससे अंदर आकर मन को शांत करना, चुप बिठाना, तृप्त रहना दूसरा अंश है. दोनों पतंजलि ने बुनाया है, बहिरंग योग और अंतरंग योग. इसको देख रहे हैं. ऐसा प्रत्याहार के बारे में कल बातचीत किया. और प्रत्याहार में क्या होता है कि अपने जो इंद्रियों हैं वो अपने वस्तुओं के ऊपर भागता है. वो भागने का जो तेज है वो पहला अंश है. उसको नियंत्रण में लाकर उसको शांत करना, वो भागने का अंश को कम करना, ये दूसरा अंश है. अभी आगे जाकर अंतरंग योग में देखेंगे कैसा अंतरंग योग में भी दोनों अंश बुनाया गया है. पहले एकाग्र करना मन को, मन के जो चंचलता है उसको निकालकर एक ही विषय में मन को लगातार रखना, यह है कंसंट्रेशन. देख लिया. To overcome the randomness of the mind and bring in the dimension of ekagrata, concentration, is the first. In ekagrata, there is sharpening of the mind, there is speeding up of the mind, and then we come to the dimension of dharana, from concentration, ekagrata to dharana. How does he tell us? Swapam kaya shiro grivam dharayan achalam sthiraha samprekshya nasikagram swam Grivam. The entire spine should be straight. And having sat in this position of Padmasana, what is to be done? Dharayan achalam sthiraha. Without movement you must sit. It is a sthira sthiti. Asana, remember, sthira, chira, sukha. Sthira is to keep unmoving. Keeping the spine erect and keeping unmoving helps us to maintain the wakefulness. You don't sleep off. That's the reason. What is to be done? Then, nasikagram samprekshya. Go on watching the tip of your nose. That is the Tarataka aspect of it. And do not allow the mind to go here and there. Don't look here and there. Go on watching only that you must see, nothing else. When you are watching in a Om, you have the Om box here and then you put on, you must see only Om, nothing else. That is complete focusing. Dishascha anavanokayan. You must not see here and there, whatever is there. When, for example, let us do dharana on this, then you must see only this. Not even my hand, not even me, nothing else you must see. Only this you must see. That is dharana. To the exclusion of all other thoughts, there should be a single thought. And for that, you have to develop this capacity. Like that. So what we are doing essentially, we are moving from random mind, chanchala mind, to the concentration. And from there you come to dharana. In chanchalata, or the random mind, the mind is jumping from one subject to another subject. There is no connection between two subjects, two thoughts. Thoughts are totally different. You are sitting there, you start, then you think of the fan, then think of your morning breakfast, think of your wife, think of your mother, and about India, the politics, all types of things, one to another, it is jumping. This is the chanchala mind. From there what we do, we put the mind on a single subject. There are different thoughts, there are multiple thoughts, but all these thoughts are connected with one another. Now we are thinking about the Raja Yoga. Everything related to Raja Yoga should be there. There are different thoughts, but all thoughts are linked with one another. Just like the flowers have all been scattered at the random moment. Put them and make a nice garland out of it. That is the concentration. Different flowers are there, but they are all knit into a nice garland. From there what we do? From multiple thoughts and a single subject, you go into a single thought, single subject. That is called dharana. They go on repeating the same thought. And the mind should be fixed on that thought. Complete focusing of that thought is dharana. मन को एक ही चित्त वृत्ति में लगाना, देशबंधः चित्तस्य धारणा, पंडित ने बताया। इसके लिए हम त्राटक करते हैं। त्राटक में एक ज्योति है, ज्योति के ऊपर सीधा देखना और वो जो ज्योति का चित्र है अंदर से आकर मन में पहचाना, ये त्राटका है। त्राटका इज नॉट धारणा, इट्स एन एड टू धारणा, इट्स ए प्रिपरेशन टू धारणा। धारणा में क्या होता है कि आंख बंद कर वो जो चित्र देखा है उसी को मन में लगातार रखना, उसका इधर उधर भटकना नहीं। Keep that single thought in the mind, single thought of the flame. That becomes dharana. And what is the result of dharana? All the energies are focused. You have a lens, put it on the paper and then focus it. All the energy incident on the lens is going to come into a single focus and the paper is going to burn. Why? The energies are focused. So when you do dharana, all the energies of the mind comes under that single thought, and thought becomes very powerful. Using that, you can burn up your samskaras, the wrong habits, the wrong samskaras we have. Everything can be cleansed, can be burned, can be purified. That is the power of dharana. And this is what we do in laser. Light amplification by stimulated electron radiation. There are two mirrors. The light goes one to another, goes on doing, becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. The focus becomes sharper and sharper. And therefore the energy gets tremendously intensified. It becomes so intensified that the temperature rises and you can bring about the nuclear fusion that can happen. Nuclear fusion reactor is based on laser technology. You know the laser technology. Therefore, after Trataka, when you open your eyes and close your eyes, the flame remains in your eyes. That is not dharana. It is perception of vision. It's a physiological phenomenon. After 10 to 15 seconds, this vision goes away. That flame goes away from your eyes. Then you have to remember from your mind and remember that flame, the picture, and keep it steady. That becomes a dharana. Dharana is a process of remembrance. And that is the difference you have to see in dharana. So dharana is focusing. Dharana is to fix the mind on a single thought. But you cannot do it for a long time. Because it is very strenuous. You are putting all the energy, full attention. It's called pointed awareness. Therefore, you get tired. If you do it for 1 minute with intense dharana, then you start getting the pain here. Many people, when they do meditation, they come and say, oh, I started doing, but I started getting pain. They are not doing dhyana, but they are doing dharana. Therefore, you have to make that process effortless. Effortless dharana is dhyana. Dhyana is the next step. That is the seventh anga. How does Krishna describe that? Shanai Shanai Ruparamet. Shanai Shanai Ruparamet. Buddhya Dhriti Grahitaya. Buddhya Dhriti Grahitaya. Atma Samstham Manakrutva. Atma Samstham Manakrutva. Nakinchidapi Chintayet. Nakinchidapi Chintayet. Shanaihi, Shanaihi, Uparame. Rama in Sanskrit is a very nice thing. Rama is to enjoy, is to tranquil. Uparama. That means you enjoy this process of dhyana. How the mind should be brought to that single thought again and again. Shanaihi, Shanaihi. Again and again. Little by little, go on doing that thing. Slowly, steadily. How? Using your buddhi, buddhya, and dhruti grihitaya. Dhruti is the steadfastness. Use the power of the mind, use the ichha shakti of the mind to bring that to the same thought. Om, Om, Om. When you remain, the mind will go somewhere. Automatically it comes back because there is the process that goes on inside. And when it comes back, again continue that. Do it effortlessly. And this process goes on and on. Distracted, again it comes back. Again distracted, again it comes back. Nothing wrong in it. Don't worry. And use your discrimination to do that. What is to be done? Atma samstham manakrutva. What is that Om? Om is the embodiment of the manifestation of that ultimate reality, the Self. So fix the mind on that single thought and na kinchidapi chintaye. You should not think of anything else at that time. If there is a distraction, it comes back. That process goes on and on at the process. So therefore in dhyana, there are these 5 aspects. Number 1, there is a single thought. And gradually the speed starts reducing. There is slowness. The uncontrolled speed of the mind, speeding up of the mind is now reduced. Therefore dhyana is not concentration. It is opposite of concentration, as I have been telling you. In concentration there is speeding up, faster, faster, quicker. In dhyana, it is to slow down, slow down, slow down. Normally when you slow down, what happens? You go into sleep. No sleep, sir. That is wakefulness, third character. And the whole process should become effortless. Less and less effort, less and less effort. In dharana is the full effort. In concentration is a lot of effort. But in dhyana, the effort goes on reducing, reducing. It becomes spontaneous, it becomes effortless. Therefore, many people say you should not do meditation. No? You must allow the meditation to happen. What is the difference in the terminology? When you do, there is an effort. When you allow the meditation to happen, then the effort is reduced. It becomes spontaneous. So spontaneously go on remembering that Om, less and less effort, less and less effort. So you can stay longer and longer. Then what happens? You feel the lightness, expansiveness. Your awareness starts expanding. There's the process of defocusing that starts. In dharana there is the focusing, pointed awareness. So here it is defocusing in dhyana. That is, from pointed awareness, you go to linear awareness, surface awareness, 3-dimensional awareness. You start feeling the whole body. When you're repeating that Om, you must feel the Om vibrations through the body. It's called 3-dimensional awareness. Tad japaha, tad artha bhavanam, said Patanjali. So when you are repeating that Om, you must feel those vibrations. You must feel that resonance throughout the body. That is 3D awareness. That is expansive awareness. Therefore, these 5 aspects should be there to make that one as a dhyana. So how to do that? Japa. Japa is the easy way to do that. And normally what happens, when you start doing the japa, the mind gets distracted, it goes away. And automatically it comes back. When it comes back, the trick is you should not hate distraction. If you hate distractions, gone. Many people make this mistake. Oh, I'm sitting for meditation, mind was distracted, so I cannot do meditation, I can't do meditation. No. So I don't want the distraction to come. Therefore, Patanjali gives the trick, Krishna gives the trick, don't hate those thoughts. Don't hate distraction. Whatever may be the thought that you get there, don't hate it. This is the whole trick. If you don't do, if you start hating, it is going to catch you more and more. One Swami Ramdev, Swami Ramdas ji, he was telling one of the disciples who came, he said, please give me, Swamiji, that japa for me. Then he said, okay, I will give you, but on one condition. I will give you Ram Nam Japa. But when I give you Ram Nam Japa, you should not think of a monkey. No Hanuman, please. Okay? Condition? Agreed. The disciple goes. And he starts repeating. Ram, Ram. Oh, I should not think of a monkey, no? No Hanuman, he has told. No monkey, no monkey, no monkey, no Hanuman, no Hanuman. But it became Hanuman Japa, it became. Monkey Japa became. So that is the power of hate. Dvesha Bhavana has got great attachment in that. If you don't want something to come, it will come and catch you. Therefore, the whole trick is when the distractions occurs, do not hate them. Let it come, let it go. Let it come, let it go. This is the nature. The habit of the mind has to be changed. But if you hate, then the habit of sticking to the hate will come. So then you start. That is one big hurdle that comes which you have to overcome. That's the trick in dhyana. Go on repeating Ram, 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 Ram. Why should not think of a monkey when it comes? No? Okay, let it come. Ram, Ram, Ram. Like that, go on doing that. Then the mind gets settled in that single thought and you start doing it. How to overcome the other hurdle? You are getting sleepy. You are sitting, suddenly you become sleepy. So, wakefulness. How to do that? You have to speed up. Because the sleepiness is tamas. It has to be shattered by speed. Then you start increasing the speed. Om, 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 Om. Increasing and decreasing speed of thought. By that you will be able to overcome. So these are tricks involved in dhyana. And when you start doing that, gradually the mind goes into the pace. What is happening? You are working at the memory level. In concentration, you are working at the intellectual level, buddhi level. Here you are working at the smriti level. That happens. And that leads to samadhi. Samadhi is samyak adhiyate. Prashantatma vigatabhihi brahmachari vrate sthitaha manas संयम्यमच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः. Mind gets absorbed into that japa. So in dhyana also there is the trifold process: the meditator, the meditated, and the process of meditation. Om is the object of meditation. The person who is chanting is the meditator, and there is the interaction going on. When the three things become together, it is called samadhi. Samyak adhiyate iti samadhi. That means you become one with Om. You become one. The mind merges with Om. Mind gets absorbed in Om. Mind gets dissolved into that all-pervasive Om. And that is the samadhi that Sri Krishna is telling us, and that's the culmination of the 8th limbed yoga. And after that, we have the highest states of samadhi, which reaches you to the highest. Sit straight, contemplate, close your eyes, relax all parts of the body, take a deep breath and slowly breathe out. Beautiful smile on the face. If you have an Ishta Devata, start repeating the name of the Lord. Maybe Ram, Krishna, Hanuman. Or it can be a Nirakara, Om. You go on repeating, then start feeling. Hanuman, the great Bhakta, when he was repeating the Ram, Ram, रोम में राम नाम होता था. संपूर्ण शरीर में श्री राम का वो कंपन होता था. हर एक स्नायु में, हर एक जीवकोश में श्री राम उधर प्रस्तुत थे. ऐसा होना चाहिए. And repeat the Om. The vibration should spread throughout the body from toes to head. Each and every cell should be resonating with the frequency of that Om. It becomes so enjoyable. Allow the mind to merge into that thought. become one with that, the process of inner explosion, sakshatkara, realization, jnana, Patanjali call it as samadhi. Featured by tremendous amount of bliss. You'll be so happy, unparalleled bliss. Let us leave that inner blissful awareness throughout the day and spread the fragrance of that love and bliss to everyone whom we meet. Namaskar Mudra.